Greensboro project space, a gallery in downtown Greensboro, North Carolina, on land formerly inhabited by the Kiawe and Sara peoples. And we're just across the street from the International Civil Rights Center and Museum. My name is Matt Marble, and this is my first solo art exhibition called Wandering Stars. This is astromural patterns, and these are the wandering stars. This is what I call wandering stars, or astramura. You'll notice each one has 4 different shapes, all variations of square, triangle, or circle. And these shapes all have symbolic meanings for me, and I use them for meditation. And most of the artwork, if not all in here, is either drawn out of those meditations on these shapes and what they symbolize, or they're kind of reflections on this process itself. I had an Amazon box just standing at my desk, sitting at my desk one day, and I saw the shapes in the box and just grabbed a marker and started drawing them, not knowing what I was doing. And then I was like, well, if I throw a bean, I can land on a shape, and if I do that twice, then I have one of the stars that you just saw on the board. So I threw a bean twice, chose a shape, and I did that 2 times for 2 of the main geometric emblems that are used in this space. Of a blue pillar, and this is called the blue Paranero, an acrylic painting. In the dream, I was living in an art gallery, and I was staring at the wall, looking at a blue pillar. And so, as I was getting this exhibition together, I kind of gradually decided I had to realize this pillar, and in doing so, I kind of depicted how a wandering star is created. And up at the top, you'll see an egg or a seed. I used a kind of a watered down egg yolk tempera paint here so that you could see through the paint at how the wandering star breaks up into different geometric elements. And that's what I use to meditate or wonder upon them. And I use this kind of seed model as a way to explore these reflections on the stars. And you'll notice they come across the wall. This was also a way for me to explore the alcohol ink medium. But they were more freely intuited, oftentimes involving dream imagery. Dream work is a big aspect of my creative process, which tends to involve a lot of animals and insects, spiders, snakes, and these are the symbols I use actually in my dream work. that you saw on that egg are also here in a little bit more clarity. These were used in my album, The Seraphic Mirror, Subliminal Seraphim, actually both of them. And these dreams, kind of 9 dreams that I use for most of my art, whether it's songs or visual art or writing. And this is kind of a little dream nook. These pieces down here on this column, these were the first alcohol ink drawings I did. And these were all used also with the album Seraphic Mirror, a solo guitar album. But this is where I was exploring the relationship with geometry and dream imagery. Above the column, this is actually something that took place while I was doing an install. I was going to have this black water inside the sound hole of the guitar, which we'll see soon, but I kind of spontaneously put it in this bowl and these other shapes, and I realized I had a 3-dimensional wandering star with a square, a circle, a circle, and a circle, which I also put in this tin, punched into this tin so you can see that. But I also liked, you have to kneel in order to see the clarity or the transparency of the ball. Otherwise it reflects the darkness of the water that it's in. I thought that was lovely, so I placed that right there. These are more kind of abstract reflections on the stars from early stages. And I said I was working with 2 main wandering stars with this exhibition. This is one of the stars. I did 3 different illustrations all in alcohol ink. And these pieces are called The Pearl That Will Be. This is just a poster I had custom made, and was kind of the basis of the geometric work. I just started actually meditating on this point and circle, inspired by Howard Thurman, which the words of the poster reference his writings: ocean, island, altar, angel. And that's a peace lily underneath it. Earlier works, like you see there, I was working a lot with botanical geometric patterns years ago in Portland, Oregon. So I just wanted to channel that work here. I'm not sure how well the audio is translating, but there is music playing in both rooms. Focusing on both of these, the 2 wandering stars I worked with, had music accompanying them. father had given me. It was a cheap guitar that would not stay in tune, just for me to play whenever I came to visit. And it's just been sitting around being not played, so I decided to work with it. And I kept having these images, looking at it as like a symbolic landscape. And I found myself tracking down caterpillars and rattlesnake heads and swallowtail butterfly from my mom's house, and kind of working with the wandering stars as a transformational process. Here you can see, this again was accidental. I ordered caterpillars, but I didn't know how many there were. It turns out there were 6, which is exactly how many strings there are on the guitar. So the caterpillars are the strings of this guitar. And kind of journey across the fretboard through a narrow path. The rattlesnake is one of the main dreams in my dream work. And it indeed helped me work through some transformation. And this is called eternal attunement.